Welcome to another episode of the Lone Recruiter Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Clementson. Today, I've got Pete in the hot seat again. Bit of a different episode. Normally, I come quite prepared with what I want to deliver to you guys and give you value straight into the inbox. But the amount of times, day in, day out, I sit with people, just work through their desks, I work through their problems, or I work through their situations, and I always just regret not having recorded it. Literally today, it's the 31st of October when we're recording this, so you'll probably get this next week. I just want to go through Pete's desk between now and Chrissy, and I don't know if there's going to be gold in there, but I just think going through this journey, particularly if you're on your own, of how we look at it and just stopping and pausing, reflecting, analysing and assessing, and then, all right, let's go, can be quite useful. So here we go. Let's see how we go, Pete. So I'll just ask, so with regards to between now and Chrissy, do you have a target?
Yes, I do. Yeah, 150 grand.
Okay, 150 grand. Do you have a plan for that at the moment? Have you got like anything on the go at the moment that's going to feed into that 150?
I've got...
And we're not going to use names or clients, otherwise I'm going to give Jacqueline a hell of a time trying to beep this out.
Redacted. I've got 2 offers out at the moment that I'm very hopeful about. The other one needs some work. Mm-hmm. So straight away, that probably gets me 35.
For one of them or both of them?
For both. Between the 2 of them.
So I think you get one of 2. And we're going to bank on one of 2.
Yep. One's very bankable. And the other one,
the other one's all but done.
Yeah.
And the other one is all but not done.
Yeah.
But for those of you at home, it's not about what we hope to bring in. It's like practicalities, because if we know we've got one in the bank and one's not coming, I'd rather not count that one. If it comes, great, it's free.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's all data.
What's that one worth? 18.
18.
18. Okay, so we need 132.
Yeah.
Is that right? So what are you thinking for that?
I've got a similar search up for role A anyway, that I need to now create a second profile from, or ideally, 3 profiles, so that I can, and it's across 2 locations. So it can still be a pretty wide net. That's a lot of work for one more of those bankable roles. And then I've got... everything else are, a good old-fashioned search, interview, negotiation, close. So everything else, there's nothing really else on interview.
Right. So you're kind of starting from scratch, really.
Yep.
Other than the 18 grand that is pretty well done.
Yep.
And then a good solid vacancy with 0 candidates submitted for, which is another 18.
Yep.
You've got nothing else.
Nothing else.
On the go.
Yeah. I've got...
So we're starting from scratch.
Yeah. A client who has come to me and then given me 2 great specs across 2 locations. Mm-hmm. Always tough to fill market. Why would they be paying me? So that is also a full process. And that process is already in play. There's searches, there's... one candidate out, one CV to the client across those 2 locations. So it's very early days.
What else do you want to work on then? Have you got any other roles that you like the look of?
I've got roles that I like the look of for, just good companies that I know that I can sell, good roles.
Tell me your top 3 roles. Give me maybe title, level and fee.
Yep. So residential development valuer for Sydney, senior, and that'll be a 20 grand placement. Mm-hmm. Then, senior contaminated sites, scientist consultant, Sydney or Brisbane.
I've already counted that. Next. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's fine.
Then. Honestly, it's going into my next client meeting tomorrow, knowing that I've got a search at director or associate director level for commercial valuations.
That's pretty well done, isn't it? Like that's coming.
Yeah, that's coming. I've all but been briefed on it, but I have to go and do the meeting and get the detail.
Get a proper brief.
Yeah.
What will that then be? 24?
Yeah, 24, 25, quite happily.
Okay. All right. So that's kind of, that's like front of mind. This is the meat right now. Because if I pull this together, you've got 18K, which is all but done. Great. You've got another 18K, which is shaky as hell.
Yep.
Only because I know the guy, he's got a short-term contract he wants to see through.
Absolutely.
Loves the offer, loves the role, loves the company, but is nervous to quit early.
Yep.
So it's totally doable.
Totally doable. The process has been slow because that was comfortable both sides.
That's
and
right.
That's actually caused trouble.
And now the client's got another option. So again, we're not banking on that one. It's there. If it comes, it's a cherry on the top, but let's not even count that. So you've actually got a ton of generation too. Of these roles you've given me, right? You got one CV out for the Contam role in Brisbane.
Yep.
And have you got any other CVs in Sydney or Brisbane for that CLM stuff?
No. That's at search stage.
Have you got anything for that first senior res dev valuer?
I've got one person, a pretty good candidate for it, a good starting point, but I don't think that they're going to get the job. I think that they could absolutely if they were the only person out there. And so I've got to prove that they're the only person out there.
Okay. Well, that's a task, right?
Yep.
Prove they are the only person out there. Don't love it. I mean, can we get another one? I know they're tough to find, those people, but if you've got one, you can find another. And then the associate director role, that's in Sydney?
No, the associate director role is Brisbane.
Okay, so that's a separate search. It's nice. Have you got anyone for that?
No, it's a fresh. I haven't really even done that level in any great detail in the last 6 months.
So if you got your calculator there, if we just quickly run through the potential here, I mean, between now and Chrissy, we're like 7.5, 8 weeks. But if we go 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 20 plus 25. We're at 100. We're at 99.
Yep, 99.
So we're still 50 short of where you want to be.
Yep.
So what's the plan? So in terms of what you've given me here and what we're looking at here, I'm guessing that it's generating your face off.
Yeah, it's generating my face off. I've got some good reactive candidates to work, but I don't have roles at their levels. They are, that's instead of the search side, I'm going to have to do a canvas. As targeted as possible, see if there's something out there for them. They are good, placeable people.
In Vals or
in Vals?
Okay.
2 in Sydney, 1 in Brisbane. That will, likely be my first approach for the associate director role.
What are those candidates worth if we place them? At 20 each? 15 each?
20, 25.
Yeah, okay.
Director would be 25. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the shortfall.
Yep.
And that's nice because you've already got the candidates and finding the work's the easy part.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are people listening at home going, finding the work's the easy part.
Yeah. We've developed those clients over a decade.
I think when you know your market, you just know this one's placeable.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess the next part is like, how many projects do you need to get done? Yeah, I mean, we're outsourcing one of these, I know, up in Brizzy with Marie, so you don't have to do that one.
Yep.
But you've got you've got like probably at least two projects to do for the Val side of things in terms of like, when we say projects, we're talking like LinkedIn projects,
all the databases,
like just the whole process on generating people, and you want to get 2 to 3 candidates for each role, right?
Yep.
When do you want to get those projects done for the two valuation roles? Is that like a this week thing?
This week and next week is kind of that's when I want them done.
Okay.
Because we 7 weeks run in.
Yeah. All our generation activity needs to happen by midway through November.
Yep.
If you ask me.
Yeah.
if you've got 150 you want to make, you need to know, you need them in the pipeline, you need those bullets in the barrel by mid-November. So that's 2 projects by mid-November, done, easy. That's 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh, you're going away.
Yeah, I'm going away mid-November. So
what date?
The
What
pressure,
date?
12th to the 18th.
I would strongly recommend those projects done before you go away.
Yeah.
So that they're
one of those
working for you.
projects needs to be done today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So project 1, project 2, before the 12th, was it?
Yes.
November. This is a scrappy handwriting. That's great. The canvassing of those candidates you have, 2 in Sydney and 1 in Brisbane, when are they getting done by? End of the week, hopefully. End of today, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, one of them needs to be screened today.
What's the date today? 31st.
Yeah, it's November tomorrow.
Yeah. Canvas by the 3rd.
Yep.
That's solid. I mean, the first 2 roles we talked about, we have got a resourcer on it. You've got to close that first one. Look, you nail all this, you're going to hit your 150. But what makes me nervous is that it's 100% strike rate.
Yep.
And we all know that that's tough. This time of year, though, I reckon your percentage goes up.
It does, and especially on the Val side, again, that's the client relationship stuff is there for 100% success rate. It doesn't always work out that way. You've got to back.
All right,
play the dive.
I've got we put pressure on the resourcer for Queensland for that Enviro work. You get project 1 and project 2 done by the 12th of November. You can do it way before then, by the way. And you get your 3 candidates, the 2 in Brisbane, the 2 in Sydney and 1 in Brisbane, canvassed by the 3rd, which is the end of this week. Yep. Then my question is, what else? Because you're going to process these people as they come in, you're going to interview them, set up interviews and things like that. But once you're in a rhythm, that's easy. I would love you to not waste the rest of November in possible generation, whether that be finding work or whether that be finding candidates. So where is that next phase of generation going to be? We want to guarantee the 150, right?
Yeah, yeah. So,
and you might not have the answer. I mean, if you don't have it, we just need to know that you need to answer this.
Get some energy towards it. I mean, the brief from last week, that was 2 roles, essentially 3. I need to make sure of that, and we've kind of put an end date on that when have to either sort of give it up or say, this is how we're placing that. The brief tomorrow then becomes, everything that I need to know about that, and if there's anything more that I need to be doing from that, any more business that's coming from that, because it's ideally one search.
I touched on this the other day, but I think we're at that point of the year where when new briefs come through, maybe this meeting you've got tomorrow, we start talking retainers for over Christmas. I know the quick recruiter in us wants to close this thing quick, but this side of Christmas, but we are getting to that point where maybe we need to start having those conversations about pay us up front, retainer, we start the mapping and the projects and the searches now. We can have all the catch nets open over Christmas break. Come January, we know what we're processing, you know what we're doing, and we can ready to rock and roll. Because the challenge about Christmas, right, and anyone listening at home will have the same thing, is that people go and leave. You're not sure when they're back. Maybe their plans change.
2 week shutdown over Christmas for
just
everybody.
Vagueness, right, and a bit of faff. And you come back and you're not quite sure where your money's coming from in Jan.
Yep.
And I think when you're sitting on a couple of retainers going into Christmas, your January's quite strong because you know what you're looking at. All your ads are up over the break. So maybe part of what you can look at the back end of November is what retainers we can catch, maybe with the goal of 2 to 3 retainers for over Chrissy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice way to just take the uncertainty out of the break.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to do it. Goal, 2 to 3 retainers over Xmas. I think that would be... And you get that cash comes in for this side of Chrissy will feed into your 150.
Yep.
But you don't have to deliver it.
No.
Or you do, but you don't have to deliver it before Christmas.
Yeah.
I like that plan. Do you like that plan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like that plan? I don't know. I think that's it. I'm happy with that. Anything you want to add?
No, it's nice and easy. It puts the pressure on the next 2 weeks, this week and next week.
Yeah.
Whereas that's where it should be.
Love it. So we have time for you today. As always, have an amazing day. And may all your planning before Christmas and your deals come true.